You are listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast with your host, licensed massage therapist, Kyle Pleasant. Here, we will be discussing topics on health and wellness, as well as self-improvement, and his experiences as a legally blind massage therapist. And now, here's your host, Kyle.
Hello, and welcome to Pleasant Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Pleasant, licensed massage therapist out here in Rockwood/Gresham, Oregon. So today, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about what to expect when you come in for a massage at Pleasant Touch Massage. It's kind of paint a word picture for everybody as to what you might expect for those that have never been here, or for those that may have never had a massage before and have certain questions or concerns about what happens in a massage. So first off, you want to schedule the massage, you'll go to my website, pleasanttouchmassage.com, and on the front of the page it says schedule now. Now, then you'll get a menu of a list of services. Now, most of them is like a 60-minute massage, 90-minute massage, and there's like a 30-minute foot reflexology treatment or whatever. So, what you won't see is things like a Swedish massage or relaxation massage or deep tissue massage or whatever you might see on other websites, because my philosophy is that you're paying for the time, and so whatever the client needs are is what we address in that period of time. So I'm not going to tack on all these extra things like for deep tissue or hot stone or any of that kind of stuff. It's just basically the time that you're here is what we're paying for. The typical rate for an hour is $65, but as of this recording. But I don't focus on deep tissue / Swedish, whatever it is. It's just whatever you need is what you're going to get in the session. So it's all therapeutic, whether you're just wanting to relax or you want something worked out specifically. It's all, it's just massage, and we just work out whatever your needs are, and that is covered under the intake whenever you come. So you schedule, you click on the service that you want. Most, like I say, 95% of the time, it's just a 60-minute massage, and then you put in your pick a day and time that you want. Pretty much available every day except for Monday, and I take that as a day off to take care of other stuff. Everybody needs a day off. And then you put your name and email, phone number, or whatever in the next part of it, and then any note or question, concerns that you have, there's a little spot for that, and I'll get that on my end right away. And then you'll get a confirmation that the appointment was approved or accepted or whatever, and then you'll get a reminder the day before your appointment, and if you sign up for it, you'll get a text message as well. So your bases are covered. Just in case you book out several weeks and you forget about it, then you'll get a reminder the day before the appointment. So you'll come. I work out of my house. It is a home office, basically, in a side room that I've added onto my garage. So whenever you're coming to your appointment, you'll want to be sure that you're looking for a house. It's a blue house with a white fence, because sometimes people will mistake the location for maybe Kaiser, because Kaiser is my next door neighbor to the west, and they have a medical center there. So sometimes people want to park in their parking lot and think that the massage is at Kaiser, but it's a house that's next door to them. And when you park here, you can park in the driveway. It doesn't matter. I don't use the driveway, so you can park anywhere you want. And they'll want to go to the main house, but the office is actually on the left side of the house, a side door on the left side. So whenever you get here, just go to the left side. And if you forget, there's notes and signs that point you in the right direction. So you'll go through the welcome gate instead. When you get here, you go down a little sidewalk that's got like little sayings on the wall that tell you, that relaxation starts here, healing begins now, that kind of stuff. Just little things to help center your mind. And then you pass by a little pond fountain that I put up there, just, create some atmosphere. And you'll come into the room, and it's, a nice little 120 square foot room that has, some soft lighting, soft music, and a little lavender vanilla fragrance in the air. And we'll basically do an intake. And the intake usually is pretty short. There's a little profile card that you'll fill out that it's pretty short. Usually only takes a couple of minutes for you to fill out. And you'll, it just has your biographical information, any health concerns, and your signature. That's pretty easy. Most places you'll go either won't have an intake card at all, or you'll get one, like if you're doing insurance or something, you'll have one that's probably like 4 pages long. And I've worked in environments that have, go to both extremes. So for me, having just a simple card is all that I do, and because we're not doing insurance claims or anything like that. So it's pretty easy. It takes only a minute. Not a big deal. I do have a copy of it online, so if you download it, you can also bring it with you if you want to. So the massage, I ask a couple of questions. Right now, as this recording, I ask about coronavirus. So if you've had coronavirus, or if you've been around anybody that's coronavirus, and typically it's not a good idea to come in just yet until you get the 14-day all clear. If you're having any headaches or fever or nausea or anything like that, it's always a good idea not to schedule while you're having those kind of conditions. So my questions are basically, why are you here? What are your concerns? What are your what brings you in for a massage? You might want to relax. You might have a particular shoulder pain. A lot of people usually come in with stress and neck and shoulder pain. So those are usually the common issues, but we typically address that. If you've never had a massage before, the routine is that I ask that you undress to your level of comfort. So whatever that translates to you is what you will that you'll adapt to, or you'll go through. Most people are comfortable in their underwear, but I've had clients that get under the sheets and they're completely naked, and I've seen people that are completely clothed, from all extremes, but most people are okay in their underwear. It's best to work skin to skin, so you get some gliding strokes, and you'll be able to get a little bit deeper massage. So if you like a deep pressure massage, it's a good idea to maybe be in your underwear. And during the session, I don't see anything. Everything's covered under the sheet except for the area that I'm working on. So if I'm working on your back, then I just undrape the sheet over, across your back or your arm or your leg. Whatever happens to be whatever I'm working on is what gets uncovered. So your modesty is protected. So then you get the massage, and you just lay in there and you're enjoying the music and the soft lavender scent. Maybe looking at the fireplace that's on the wall. I have a little electronic fireplace on the wall just to create some ambience or whatever. And typically, we just work through any kind of issues you have. So if you and just a note, if you have any cuts or bruises or anything like that, it's good to note that before the session as well. And then at the end, one of the common questions is that, do you tip? And that is entirely up to you. It's kind of like if you go to a restaurant, it's usually a 15% tip type thing or whatever, just like you would at a restaurant. So again, it's totally up to you. And I take cash, and I have a square reader for the cards. And of course, after your session and after, when you leave, just be sure that you stay hydrated. So that's typically what a session entails, with me, it's pretty simple, straightforward, and I'll try to, as I mentioned in another podcast, that, there's areas that if you have a particular concern, to let me know what they are ahead of time. But I'm pretty intuitive, so sometimes I will find things on a person that they didn't know were troubled issues. I've even had a couple of clients come in and say, oh, it says you're intuitive or whatever, so I'll just let you figure out what's wrong with me or whatever. I don't suggest that as a rule. It's a good idea to have like a particular area that you want me to focus on, even if you're not sure what's causing the issue. It's a good idea to at least tell me, where you're feeling pain or stiffness or anything like that, rather than having me kind of hunt around for it. So, but it's happened before where somebody will say, oh, well, I'll let you find it or whatever. And then I'm spending like the whole hour trying to figure out everywhere that something's wrong or whatever. And then may not completely address maybe the main issue or something. So, be sure you let me know what's going on with you. So that's gonna be a typical session for me. I'll probably do another episode where I address some other common questions that people have, like deep tissue versus Swedish, or what happens during a massage if you're get too hot, or if you have to burp or let off some gas or whatever. So I'll definitely address some of those kinds of things that people might have. And if you definitely have any questions about massage, like what it's all about, what kind of things is massage for, certain things that may come up during a session, definitely hit me up an email at podcast@pleasantspirit.com. And of course, the thing is be sure to like and subscribe this episode, or leave a review or something like that, so that other people can see it and it looks good for the metrics and rankings and all that sort of jazz. So, and let's see. I also have on my website a newsletter sign up on both the Pleasant Spirit site and the Pleasant Touch site, that if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a little wellness book that comes along with it, and you'll also get like a 12-week self-improvement boot camp encouragement thing that comes in the mail at once a week, just as like kind of an encouragement to be well, and some exercises that you might want to do, or things, just some cognitive things that you might want to consider. So, just it's up to you. Fill out that form as well, and I'll if you have any other questions, podcast@pleasantspirit.com. Until next time, be well.
Thank you for listening to the Pleasant Spirit Podcast. We hope you found today's show informative. Please take a moment to write a review. And if you want to reach out or have show ideas, you can email at podcast@pleasantspirit.com. You can also visit his website at pleasantspirit.com. If you are in the Portland, Oregon area, you can schedule a massage or one of his coaching services at pleasanttouchmassage.com. See you next time, and always be well.